Welcome to What's the Line, presented by PointsBet. I'm Amanda Rose, and thanks to PointsBet, we'll be giving away $2,000 tonight, and you could be the winner. Tonight, we'll be betting the NBA playoffs, Game 2 of the Atlanta Hawks New York Knicks series. The goal is for our two players to win more bets than their opponent. So let's meet our bettors. As always, I'm joined by Darren Rovell. Darren, I'm afraid to ask, but how are you?
I'm good because I am 2-0 the last 2 weeks. I'm feeling really good. And, I invited a homer of one of the teams on this week's show, which is always a very sound strategy.
So before Darren spoils anything, we know he likes to give his major wager before it's time. Competing against Darren tonight is a very special guest. He starred in Entourage, Power, and so much more. But he's here tonight because he's a diehard Knicks fan and somehow friends with Darren. Jerry Ferrara, welcome to What's the Line. Thanks for joining us.
It's good to be here. I wish Darren would have informed me he was 2-0. He left that part out when he invited me on. So this is going to be fun to get rid of that 2-0 record.
2-0 in the last 2 weeks, Jerry. As you know, a good bettor is also a great liar. I was 0-2 the previous 2 weeks before that. So
understood.
Darren's what we call a
By the way,
sandbagger.
Jerry also starred in Gardener of Eden. 33% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Wow, you're pulling out old IMDb stuff, Rovell. I like it. I like it trying to get in my head.
I had to.
Oh, this is
You're acting like he was in like one of the Van Wilder lampoons, like The Eighth. I mean, come on, give him a little more credit than that. All right, so let's take a look at the game. At PointsBet, the Knicks are a 2-point favorite. The total is 213. Our players can pick from anything available at PointsBet, and you can see some other bets on the board there. But before we get to the bets, you, the viewer, can win $2,000 tonight. The winner of tonight's game will be donating $2,000 to one lucky PointsBet user. To enter to win, retweet at Action Network HQ's pinned tweet and follow PointsBet on Twitter. And I'm sorry, Darren, if you win, you can't buy any more adult diapers. So before I let you respond, let's get to
Can you let me? I will be getting my $2,000 in Ethereum. So just to let everyone know, I hope you're into crypto.
I own like $10 in that, and I'm pretty sure it's now like $5. All right. So let's get to the rules. Darren and Jerry each have a $1,000 bankroll for the bets they're about to make. They will make 4 bets each. They've got a secret major wager in a bit, but for now, $1,000 is their full bankroll. And Jerry, there's no time to waste. What is your first pick?
I am not wasting any time. I'm coming out of the gate strong. My first pick is going to be Clint Capella, over 13.5 points. For 500, I think that the Knicks and Coach Tibbs are going to have them load up on the pick and roll to try to stop Trey. I think Capella's going to get a lot of slips and rolls and a lot of dunks. I think the over 13.5 is a lock.
Darren, what were the odds on Jerry picking a Hawks over for his first bet? I mean, really?
Yeah, I mean, you got to surprise people in this game. I don't for $300, which is the most I'm betting. I would just bet something that's guaranteed, and that's Trae Young over Julius Randle in points. Now, Julius Randle, we know, has just dominated the Hawks all year. I think his average is like 37 points in the 3 games that they played the Hawks. But as we know, in Game 1, it was 32 Trae, 15 Randle, and I think that this is a very easy bet, and that's why that's my strongest bet of the night. Julius Randle will succumb to Trae Young, $300.
All right, Jerry, what are your thoughts about that?
I think it's pretty bold to go to saying Randle's going to have 2 subpar games because I got my second pick, and it's a counter to what you just said. This is the real lock. Randle over 26.5, and I'm putting 300 on that. No way Julius Randle has 2 subpar games. He has dominated the Hawks all year long. So I think I hit mine, and I think you lose yours. So I love this swing of events right here. This is great for me.
Okay. And to your point, Jerry, Randall's averaged 24 points this season, but he only had 15 in Game 1, so he should have a better night tonight. And Darren, what do you think of that pick? And then immediately tell me your next pick.
Why should he have a better night? Because he sucked for Game 1? Like, that's real.
Because that's what it says in the script.
No. Listen, okay? The Knicks are feeling the monkey on their back. You can't – whatever happened in the regular season, you have to throw out Madison Square Garden is cheering. It is so loud. Forget about COVID. They're not used to this. I am going to say that although the Knicks have averaged 124 points, can't even read my writing. Although the Knicks have averaged 124 points per game against Atlanta this season, I like the under here of 107.5 for the Knicks team under, and I'm putting 250 on it.
That's actually not that bad of a pick here, Darren. The Knicks scored the fifth fewest points per game this season. So, Jerry, what's your next pick?
I'm just loving all this because every instinct I have about this game is the opposite one of that Darren's
It's
having.
because you're a homer.
No.
You're a homer.
So I'm going to dial it back.
You can't possibly bet the right thing.
I'm going to dial it back a little bit. I'm not going to go with the over-under for the game. I'm going to go with the over-under for the first quarter. I like the Knicks coming out super strong, over 27.5 points in the first quarter for $100 because I already have 800 in locks, so I have 200 left. So 100 for the Knicks, over 27.5.
All right, I get it. I mean, if you're cautious about betting the Knicks, you might as well get it over after the first quarter. I can't blame you there. Darren, where are you going next?
I actually like that. I in the words of Kirk Cousins, I like that. You like that. I think that's strong. I think that could be his one bet that wins. I'm Atlanta +2 here. I think it's just going to be another night of not being able to stop Trae Young. I mean, even on that last play of the game, they knew what was going to happen, and they couldn't even force him left or anything. I think Atlanta's going to win this game, so +2 is like free money for me. So I'm doing +2 Atlanta for the game, $250.
All right, Jerry, you've got one more left. Is this where you take the Knicks?
No. Because while I am a homer, I also, I don't really want to just go all in on the Knicks like that because I'm actually going to go back to the Hawks here. Again, a little opposite of what Darren's saying. I think Trae Young will get his. I think Bogdanovich more points than Trae Young. I know that's a bold call, but I just think the Knicks are going to load up on Trae Young and force the ball out of his hands. I have $100 left, so that rounds it out for me. And I like the way this looks because if I've only hit 2 of these, you got to almost run the table pretty much, I think, to beat me.
Yes, yeah. And listen, I think that pick, I don't like to compliment you, but Bogdanovich is a much better player than he gets credit for. But someone who is a much better player than he gets credit for is Reggie Bullock. His over-under, this is the one bet on the board that just stood out for me on player totals. Over 10.5, yeah, he was horrible in game 1, but he's averaged 11 plus in 19 of his last 25 regular season games. I mean, to me, 10.5 is the wrong number. I think that number should be at least 11.5, and I'm going to take advantage of it for 200.
All right, so Jerry, I'm just going to ignore Darren there, and I'm going to ask you, what is your thinking in not taking a side? Are you too emotionally invested? I know you said you didn't want to put it all in on the Knicks, but give me a little bit here.
I tried to just focus really on the player props. I do have the Knicks first quarter thing, as you saw, but I really just don't once we then get into the game, I turn back to a fan, and that's my team. So I just want them to win. I don't really care about by how much. Just get the W. So I focused more on player props, as you can see, because, it's my team.
Yeah, which is why I'm going to win the game here. So good luck to you, Jerry. I hope your Knicks win. But I think but see, if the Knicks win, you probably win this game. So that's pretty, based on the top 4 wagers there, I'd say
I'm just
that's
saying,
a good thing for you.
If I hit Capella and Randall, you have to run the table. So I like going 2 for 4 and still comfortably being ahead.
If your aunt was, she would be your uncle. I mean, if I hit Capella.
And on that note, we have one more bet to make before the game starts. It's time for the major wager. Both our players will write down one secret major wager that will be revealed at the end of the game. And Darren, it's secret, so please don't show everyone. They can wager another $1,000 on this, but they don't have to risk it all. Major wagers will be revealed at the end of the game. So I'm going to let you guys write down your major wagers. You'll send a screenshot of it to our producers, and they'll confirm when we have the answers. And in the meantime, elevator music will just play in your head, and Darren can think about winning tonight, which is probably not going to happen because, Jerry seems like a sharp here. So, let's see. Yeah, Jerry's just cracking the knuckles. Jerry's like, I got this. I'm good. Getting a little stretching in.
Yep, it's light
Little
work.
Darren tries to figure out how to spell words. Are you
Hold on.
guys done? Are they in now?
I was a spelling bee champion.
Okay.
I was. It's one thing I can do.
All right. So how do you guys feel about your boards right now?
Love mine.
We'll start with you, Jerry.
Lots of confidence. Love it. And yes, I will be successful if the Knicks do win. But I got some Hawks action too, so I think I'm well spread out. I think I got my money into the right places. My 2 favorite bets, so I feel good.
I feel like
Darren,
Jerry
how do you
doesn't
feel?
know. Jerry doesn't know who to root for. He's going to be really confused. He's going to be like that guy at March Madness who has 15 sheets in the pool. So you know,
I was that guy at some point. Yes.
Once that guy, always that guy.
Yes.
I love it. And our bets are in. Tip-off is just minutes away. So let's pause for now. We'll be back towards the end of the game to see who wins. And remember, you can win $2,000 from PointsBet. So make sure to retweet this post and follow PointsBet on Twitter to enter. Thanks again to PointsBet for making this possible. Darren, Jerry, thanks for playing. I'm Amanda Rose, and we'll see you guys in the fourth quarter.